When I was in high school, I was labeled as the filmmaker. And it was true. I would record videos for my school's Instagram for their announcements. I would also promote their media classes to incoming students. And at the end of the year, I even made a hype video for my graduation class. This label gave me a ton of opportunities, but it also made me feel like that I was trapped in a box that I couldn't escape from. Many people have loads of different talents, but oftentimes when we label them as something, it's hard to look back and see them as anything else. But do these labels actually matter? It's a question that I've wondered plenty of times, and now that I've finally done a bit of research on it, I'm hoping it's something I can finally answer. Because we all have labels that we like to use to depict ourselves, and we have labels that we like to use to depict others, even if we don't intend to. If you want to look at my labels, well, I am bisexual. I'm female. I am a stutterer, Canadian, Gen Z, and a load of other stuff I'm sure I'm forgetting. But within those labels comes other labels. Since I'm bisexual, I am therefore a cheater. Since I'm female, I must be nurturing. I stutter, so I guess I'm an introvert. And since I'm Canadian, I'm of course polite. And since I'm Gen Z, I'm probably addicted to my phone. Whether or not these labels are true or false, good or bad, labeling is a two-sided coin that has both positively improved society and negatively impacted it. Which is why today I want to talk to you about why we like to label things, how labeling depicts and shapes our life, and how we can move beyond the label to better understand who we actually are. So to begin, why do we like to label things? Well, I like to break it down into 3 reasons. The first is that it gives us information and clarity. We like to know things about other people. Where are you from? What do you do for work? What sports team do you follow? And are you a cat or a dog person? Information like asking someone how tall someone is might not seem relevant in everyday life, but becomes extremely irrelevant when you've witnessed the suspect and have to give a little bit more information than just saying they were a person. The second reason is that it gives us a sense of identity. I'm bisexual, and I like using that term to describe myself. When I see other people say that they're bisexual, it gives me a sense of community. It's a label that I see it used to describe a group of people that I share something in common with. And the third reason is that it helps us come to conclusions. We judge people even before they have a chance to open their mouth. We judge people on their appearance, their clothes, sometimes even their race and gender. Labeling someone as troubled gives you more sympathy than if you label them as a troublemaker. Which brings me to the next matter. Labeling depicts and shapes our life. Saying your child is gifted might motivate them to do well in school, but it also might put pressure on them to feel like they can never fail. Labeling someone as an addict might discourage them from getting the help they need. And labeling someone as a criminal might encourage them to continue their crimes, or show bias in what's supposed to be a fair trial. In fact, this isn't just a might. It's a fact that many people face. Labeling theory and sociology, psychology, and even criminology states that individuals see themselves as the labels that they were told. If you were labeled as empathetic, chances are you see yourself as empathetic. with them. If you're labeled as a good leader, chances are you are more likely to step into those leadership roles. And if you're labeled as a criminal, chances are you're going to get arrested again. One of the most dangerous parts about labeling is that it morphs our perspective. Every classic story has two parts, the hero and the villain. Heroes are optimistic, beautiful, wear bright clothes. Villains are pessimistic, ugly, only wear dark clothes. And while those labels are present in media, studies show that we take those labels and we turn and we look at them and think that they're true in real life. So what can we do about that? We can move beyond the label to understand who we actually are. Instead of saying that I'm Gen Z, maybe I'm just a human. Instead of saying that I'm bisexual, maybe I can just say that I'm a person. Because while labeling can be useful in ways that help us find connection and community, they're not always going to be necessary. There's more to a person than just a handful of labels. I might be a filmmaker, but I'm also a dancer, a writer, a fisher, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't even know about myself. By limiting ourselves to one identity, we miss out on discovering the full spectrum of who we are. When we focus on being human, rather than trying to categorize ourselves to fit a box, we understand that we're not something that can be categorized. Because humans are unique individuals whose story can't be captured in just a few words and phrases. So to sum it up, while labeling is an essential part of life, it's not essential in every aspect of it. Labeling helps us categorize ourselves and others, for better and for worse. Labeling is a two-sided coin that both benefits society and negatively affects it. If we remember that, we start to see that labels in most situations don't actually matter that much. And when we take off these labels, we start to see that there's only one that truly matters: ourselves.